Morning has broken, stinking rotten swine and shoe. Italy ate the tie, start your bloody stinking rotten swine are you. The blackbird has spoken, it dropped in its own eye. Get out, you swine, you pig, you rotten little stinking swine and shoe. Oh, 8:45. That's what time we're booking out of here. Now, this is the annoying bit now. This is where you've got to bloody reset everything. It just what every time you bloody set the things, you have to do it all again as soon as you start the engine. That is a pain in the arse. It really is. That is just no need. So let me level myself out because go on, you bloody thing. Bits and bats and niddly little bloody things with this. It's daft, it's crap. It's in a straight line it's a good wagon, it really is. But that's about it. Mirrors, let's get the frag out of here. Right, we just tipped. So let's get out of here. Our next stop is we're going to, we're going to go and get breakfast. I'm going to go back up the A1 and stop at Culsterworth truck stop. I ran into Culsterworth on the way down to get fuel. You can get fuel there where I needed. Just mindful through this gate. The gate's buried in the bushes. Ooh. It's a bit of a tight gate, is that? But there's some... Go on, right through you. There's a hidden gate on the right hand side in the bushes there. So basically got to go up this lane, turn right, down there, turn left, or yonder, back off the A1. So my next stop is, will be Culsterworth for breakfast, and then I'm running up to Pollington. I mean, Yorkshire, and I'm going to be loading for Inverness, so I'm happy with that. So I'm, good distance again for a change. You like the distance, we do like distance. It's all about distance, mindful of this pedestrian. So yeah, I did go to, I did tip at Cambridge yesterday, and then I ran over to King's Lynn, and I did do a video, I'll be honest with you, I did do a video yesterday from King's Lynn coming back across over towards Fiddly-Fidey, Tidy Tiddly Tom Potato, you know what I mean. But I just ended up being a bit negative and twining and moaning on, so I didn't publish it. It was all woe is me and life is shit and I'm fed up and I want a cigarette, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Along with a bit of humour and just being me, and I thought I'm not publishing that, I can't be bothered because it'll just get up to criticism and whatnot. So I did another one instead when I parked up last night. So, I mean, it was some decent footage, but at the end of the day, driving footage is bloody driving footage, innit? You know what I mean? So like I said to you last night in that video, on the whole I love the job. It's nobody ever said this would be easy. It's not one of them 9 to 5 jobs, is this truck driving. It's just one of them things. And there's people already commenting on the video, I did 30 years, me, I'm glad I'm out of it. No, not for me, load of shite, lad, fuck that. No, I mean, do forklift driving now, I'm doing this instead. Every credit to you, fair play to you, fair play to you. Whatever tickles your fancies, your life.
Turn right.
Other people keep saying, there's somebody this morning, I bet you 5 you'll be back at Jenkins before Christmas. Back at Jenkins, lad, back at Jenkins. Look, hey, maybe I will. Do you know what I mean? But at least I will have given this a bloody try. And at least I will have done something else, rather than just stayed at A.W. Jenkinson's for 20 years. I had a job for life there at Jenkins, and it was a good job. But at least I've given something else a try. I'm going to give this a 3 months before I see if it's not for me or not. Mirrors. There's that many people just settle into an easy life and they don't do anything else, and then the shock when you leave and all they do then is just say, I'll be back. Every 2 minutes, I'll be back before Christmas. Look, maybe I will be back at Jenkins, I don't know. There'd be no shame in it if I did go back. At least I've give something else a try. Do you know what I mean? There'd be absolutely no shame in it. I left on good terms. It was a good job and I was good at it. So there'd be no shame at all going back to Jenkins. But I ain't running back cap in hand just because I've had a bad day yesterday. I've had bad days at Jenkins. By Christ, have I had bad days at Jenkins. Digging fucking loads out for 3-4 hours in frozen, solid winter conditions when the sawdust or wood chips stuck out inside a wagon. You know, I've had terrible days at Jenkins where I've been fucking stuck in shite on farms and think, how the hell do I get out of here? I've had dreadful days. Machines breaking down on site, you know, he's stuck on chipper jobs in fucking arse end of nowhere, shite. Nearly taking half a wind deflector off trying to get in through trees. I've had some dreadful days at Jenkins. I had some good days as well. And I'll tell you something else, Jenkins, people say, oh, it's just a walking floor on bulk haulage. Some of the sites you go to and some of the places you go to, you don't have to test your metal on driving skills. I'm confident of getting this thing in and out of anywhere now. We're looking at Jenkins. I cut my teeth at Jenkins. There's no shame in AW Jenkinson's. It's a good company and a good job. And if I do end up back there, at least I've given something else a go. But if I did go back to Jenkins in a couple of months' time, if this wasn't for me, I wouldn't move again. Then I'd just settle down into Jenkins for the rest of my working life. Mirrors, 2 cars coming from across, no effect to us. Mirrors, nice wide swing, we're out. This should run us back now theoretically right up to A1. But we'll get on the A1 and we'll go northbound. I'm going to poo him in at Colsterworth lad because I need the toilet. And I'm going to get me breakfast. I haven't had a cig. This is day, what we on? This will be day 3. My last cigarette was 9:45 Sunday night. I haven't had one since. I want one, of course I do, but then I'm back to square one. If I have one, I'm back to fucking rasping of a night time when I'm trying to go to sleep and shite, you know what I mean? They're not doing you any good, they're slowly killing you. And the price of them is horrendous. So if I can do it to the end of this week, I'll be alright. My wife will be happy because she doesn't want me coming home and then trying to pack in smoking because I'll get on her nerves. She wants me doing it whilst I'm out at work. She's not fucking daft, but I don't need bother. But I spoke to wife this morning, we're back on speaking terms, she's alright. You know, we do love each other very much, but it was quite funny last night when she kicked off with me. But I was a bit ratty with her.
Yards, go around the
she won't fucking listen.
Second exit, A1
typical wife, she don't fucking listen, just listens to what she wants to. So I was a bit ratty with her and she put me in my place, made me bow down and wound me bloody necking, do you know what I mean? But hey, this, you know, it's nobody's perfect. No marriage is perfect. Anybody what says they've never had a crossword in 40 years, I think is a bloody liar. You know, we know each other's boundaries, we know each other's limits, and we get on very well. And sometimes I need putting in my bloody place. Trust me, last night she weren't frightened of putting me in my bloody place. And obviously I ended up suckling back to her last night and this morning saying hello, please forgive me. I didn't mean to be a smart ass. There you go. Mirrors!
A1 towards Grantham for 76 miles.
Come on pal, you can see me, good lad, get over, that's it, thank you. Mirrors were on. Yeah, so we'll throw this into Colsterworth now. I think we'll have a number 3 or 4, we'll have some breakfast and then we'll get back going again. We'll see what I'm picking up for Inverness. It'll be concrete hula hoops of some proportion. But no, this job, this industry in general, it's not straightforward. It's not 9 to 5. And people go on about, oh, I've done 40, 30 years, I'm glad I'm out of it. Fuck that, I'm glad I'm in it. I am glad I'm in it. No one forced me, nobody forced me to take my HGV licence and test. Nobody forced me to save up for my class 2 and then put myself through class 1. Nobody forced me to do that. Nobody has forced me into this job. I've chosen to come into this job because it's something I've always wanted to do. And 99.9% of the time, I love this job. I love what I do. So I don't want to hear people moaning and saying how shit the industry is. I don't care. I'm not bothered what you think about the industry. That's your opinion. You know what I mean? And no one forces anybody to do this job. If people don't like the job, leave and find something else. That's the bottom line of it. You know what I mean? There's no point moaning and twining on for the rest of your working life. If you're not happy with your job, do something else. The reason people don't leave is because they're qualified for fuck all else. I am academically qualified for fuck all. I'm not. I'm qualified for nothing. I left school in 1992 with fuck all. 3 GCSEs. And they were, no, 4 GCSEs, 3 Fs and a G. Absolutely not worth the paper they were written on. I didn't do anything for 5 years. The time I decided to settle down in year 5, it was too late. School was a waste of time for me. So I left school with nothing. So all I've ever done all my life, from being 16-year-old and leaving school, is manual jobs in factories and on building sites. Never been a skilled man. I've always been somebody else's fucking donkey. Do you know what I mean? I've always been somebody else's donkey, somebody else's labourer. Then I went in the army. I was an infantry soldier. Again, somebody else's donkey. I've been a donkey all my life, so humping other shit about for other people. So I academically qualified for nothing, which meant I've always been on lower wages all my life from leaving school. I finally did this in my 40s. I worked as a window cleaner for years as well. I was on shit money. I was always working for somebody else. I'm never working for myself. Always working for somebody else on shit money and expecting maximum output, maximum effort in for shit wages. Do you know what I mean? So I then put myself through this. And some people say the wages was better 10, 15, 20 years ago. Fair play, that was 10, 15, 20 years ago. I'm not going to be the one trying to say let's all get back to how it was 15, 20 years ago. Because I wasn't in this bloody industry 15, 20 years ago. I am happy with the wages I'm getting now. I'm on more money than I have ever earned. And trust me, I am. I am earning more money now than I've ever earned since leaving school in 1992. And I am happy with the wage I get. So to me, I'm happy. I'm very happy. But if I come away from this job, I would have to go back to manual shit again and doing donkey work for shit money. Back onto factory work and fucking about. And I don't want to do that. I've been there, I've done that, and I'm too old to be working on building sites as somebody else's labourer now. Do you know what I mean? I've done all that in my 20s, in my 30s. I'm pushing 50 years old. This job suits me and I love this job, and the money's good. You get your bad days, sometimes it's bloody horrendous. You're out in all weathers. But on the whole, it's brilliant. And it is a piece of piss. You're just putting a load on this trailer, just coming up to services here. I do believe this could be Colston with some mirrors. You put a load on the trailer, set off, get to the other end, unstrap your load, let somebody else take it off. What could be more simple than that? Jenkies, mirrors. Jenkies was a piece of piss. You took roof off, got filled up, put roof back on, set sail for however long that was going to be, got to the other end, opened back doors, jumped in cab, pushed a button and fucking then tipped itself. Easy money, easy peasy. Just a lot of dirty work. Mirrors, just come over towards this white line, just so we come round nicely in ours. Signals off, mirrors as we come round. Just coming up to this roundabout, or again over towards this white line and curb so we don't cut up this curb here. Signals on, there's nothing coming towards us, nothing coming that way. There's actually nothing behind us. There is a van now coming from that way, but it doesn't affect us, pal. So yeah, this is the easiest money I've ever earned, and I love this job. I love this industry, I love it. And as long as I'm fit enough and I keep passing the medicals, I will always drive trucks for the next 20 years until I retire. I probably won't be tramping for the next 20 years, but as soon as I've got down a good lump sum on my mortgage, or if I can find in a few years' time, I'm happy to tramp at the moment because I love being out and about in the country. I love being out and about all up the UK.
After 300 yards,
so I am happy to be a tramper. But as soon as I'm not happy to be a
A151.
tramper and I want to be home every night, I'll find a job what's paying the same money as I'm on now. And there are jobs out there what pay good money. There are a lot what pay shit. But again, as I've said to you 1,001 times, nobody forces anybody to sit in one of these things and drive them.
Roundabout.
People choose to do it themselves. No one's forcing you to do it. Mirrors. And for all the ones that moan and complain about back in 1984 it was the best job ever and blah blah blah. If you don't like the industry, leave and do something else. You won't leave because you'll not get the same money doing something else because you qualified for nothing. Just like me. I am qualified for jack shit apart from driving this truck. If you put me back into normal civilization, I'm qualified for jack shit. I'll end up on a building site, me, somebody else's labourer, or watching the clock in a factory. Mirrors, nice wide swing, we're going to back it in here. One of these two bays with two to choose from, some mirrors. There's no point trying to do anything too fancy and blindsiding it and all that. With all this screw here, we just line it up with all this room to choose from. We've got two bays to choose from now. Where would it go in with this one? Good son. Take my seatbelt off. We're going to choose bay 1 of 2. There is a truck going to be on our left hand side, so we just have to be mindful. With two bays in, right in middle, what to choose from. Just line him up nice. It's all about lining it up, really, setting it up perfectamundo. And even if there was a truck at the other side of either one of these bays where I'm going into, I'm already lined up, so now it's just a case, just a couple of minor adjustments and we slot him straight in. Work smarter, not harder. There's no point trying to show off with fancy blind sides and this down to if you've got to do it, you've got to do it. It can't be helped. But if in doubt, or if the opportunity's there to work smarter and not harder, that's what we do. Right, we are at Culstorf now, so I'm going to go and get some breakfast. I'm going to nip the toilet and then I'm going to crack on. Righto, I've been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you, my friend, have been beautiful, but for now, I'm out of here. Join me again, eh, lad? And yeah, see you in a bit. Straighten this up. Actually, it is straight. Right, cheers. I'll see you later. Thanks very much. All the best. How long have we done? Oh, we've only done 17 minutes. Only a tiddler. It's only a tiddler, lad. Ta-ra.